Good morning.
We are live November the 8th at 8 o'clock a.m. here in Alabama. Foggy, Alabama.
Rough, isn't it?
Or this part of Alabama's
I
foggy.
saw somebody else said it was foggy at their place.
I tell you what, this week has been a foggy week.
It has been rough.
And the humidity is extremely high.
Very.
Now, there was one day this week that I went and let Dee Dee out. It was early.
Yeah.
You weren't even up yet. I let her out, and I could even see Gus and Loretta in their, pasture. Well, it wasn't 30 minutes later. I looked out there, and you couldn't see past the front porch.
Ain't that something?
And, I mean, it was like it just switched
Instant.
like that. Couldn't hardly see Dee Dee sitting there waiting to come in. I guess it's the time of the year.
It is. It's the time of year, and we're in between seasons there.
We fixing to hit winter head on.
But is it warm back up again? Did you look?
I don't care if it warms back up. Do you know what the low's going to be Monday?
26, isn't it?
21, Jason.
You sure?
I promise you.
You sure? 21?
21, I looked this morning.
I thought it was 26.
21. 21 is way too low for November in Alabama. 21 degrees. We got a little shower.
21.
21, I told you. I'm on my P's and Q's with this weather. I mean, 43 for the high. That's Monday, right?
That's Monday.
Well, Caden's supposed to come Tuesday. It's Veterans Day. He's going to be out of school. The young man is helping Catherine and Tony today.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, Miss Brooke, since the time changed, would you like for me to work for you Sunday? I thought, Caden, of course I'd like for you to work, but I also like for you to have a life.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't tell him all this, but I'm thinking to myself,
right.
If you work 2 days in the weekend, that leaves you no time of your own. It gets dark at 5 o'clock now. So as soon as he gets home from school, he has 30 minutes to do something?
Pretty much.
I said, are you out of school Tuesday? He said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, you could either work the next weekend or you can work Tuesday. He said, are you sure you don't mind? I said, absolutely. We'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.
So Caden's going to work Tuesday, and I think the temperatures are going to start to warm back up then.
Hopefully.
But that 21 Monday, is that Monday night though? So that means Tuesday morning when he gets here, it's going to be that cold.
Oh my
goodness.
Those weather apps have that advertising at the first, and it takes, it seems like forever for it to pop up. So, yeah.
Yeah, we literally going to hit that freeze hard.
Yeah, it's going to be 75 today is the high, 76. And then tomorrow, the high is going to be 50-something, 50 with a low and
43 Monday.
Yeah, just like that. Boom. But I think it's coming all the way down through. I think a lot of people are going to get this.
Well, I must say that I saw a clip of some weather that came over, and it was like the whole United States had a cold front coming.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm sure there's some areas that won't get as extreme as others, but for the most part, I think it's here.
I think it's here.
We were asking for a cool off, but 21 is just a little low. I hate to be picky. I hate to be picky. And it's long overdue because we just didn't have a fall, so to speak. I know it's not winter, but we just hadn't had much of a cool snap yet.
We are now. I'm starting to wonder if I should cover up the calendulas and stuff with frost cloth or not.
You mean because I said it was 21 rather than 26?
Well, it's just that they haven't been in the ground very long, so they're not fully established. So there's a good chance that the
freeze will bite them too hard,
or knock them, to completely just destroy them. Yeah. So I don't know. Something I'll debate. It's not that hard. So, and I got plenty of frost cloth, so I probably going to do it just to be safe.
How will you just lay it on top of the flowers?
Yeah, and you're supposed to give it like a gap, kind of like insulation.
That's what I was thinking. How are we going to do that?
Every time I've used it in years past, I just lay it on top, and I've never had any issues whatsoever. And it's just amazing to me. Have you ever seen it? It's just like little woven fabric.
Yes, I have.
There don't seem anything special about it whatsoever. It's just super thin. How it works is a mystery. I have no idea. Doesn't make sense to me. That little bitty, I mean, it is actual just, and
21's going to call for thawing out waters.
yeah, it just depends on how long it's 21
that's
degrees.
True. That's true. But goodness gracious, I'm just not ready for it.
Yeah.
You just can't satisfy these Cog Hill people. Fuss when it's hot and fuss when it's cold. Can't satisfy us.
Oh, man.
No, it's just a big change all of a sudden.
It is a big change. Big change. I was going to say, there's a big thing happening in Orville, Alabama today.
Yeah.
It's their big, they used to call it the Antique Tractor Show.
No, they still call it a tractor show.
Do they? Because it looked like it's called something different. Well, maybe it is.
Tractor show.
So it's a big thing. They'll have vendors set up, and they'll have this massive antique tractor show there, and they'll have an antique car show there, or car show, I shouldn't say antique car show. And guess who is just headed out that way?
Well, I told you one day this week that the tractor show was this weekend, and it was a car show that's involved in it. And so I said, you may want to tell George about this. So when I told you about it, you immediately told George, and you were recording at the time.
Yes.
But you sent me a text and you said he's going.
Yep, I sent George the information because we've been several times. It's a fun event. They'll have, ponies set up where kids can ride, inflatables. It's just big
funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes.
It's
lots
just
of
in
food
a
vendors.
Rural area of Alabama. You wouldn't think this event would be what it is.
Orville's a tiny place.
Oh,
I don't even know what the population is.
Oh, it's not many.
But so George is headed there, and George is not only going, he is entering his custom Volkswagen. I wanted to show y'all George's custom Volkswagen. Now this thing it's crazy. I don't even know what all it's got on it. He says, all he's done to it, but I know it's got a Subaru motor in it.
Subaru motor.
Subaru motor.
And he did all this himself.
All himself. I know it's really, really fast.
So he's going to get to the track. If he leaves right now, he should be there by 8:10.
Well, he's actually towing it.
Oh, okay.
But he was going to drive it, but his wife Hillary doesn't like riding in it very much.
Okay.
It's a hot rod. It is a 100% hot rod. It is what you see on this thing. It really don't show up on there. That's stainless steel. So that silver you see is stainless steel. It's not painted.
Huh.
The flames are painted, but the flames are kind of like a clear paint. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's got suicide, the doors open up the wrong way. I'm talking about the suicide doors. Really, really cool. So George will be there with his car there. So if you're over there, happen to be over there, and you see this car.
If not, George can come pick you up and get you there before it starts.
Y'all say hey to George.
Yeah.
Y'all tell him hello.
Tell
George. Get a big kick out of that.
Well, we won't be going. We've got too much going on here today. We got away from the farm for a little bit yesterday. It was first time in a while, and got to go to some antique stores and some thrift stores and walk around in the big city of Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like it might be after dark when we got back because it's getting dark so early that I told you, I said, I'm going to go ahead and get everybody's food prepared.
Yes.
And that way, when, if we get home late, of course, we're going to be tired and we'll have the food prepared. You said, good idea. So last night, of course, it was dark when we got home, and I went to the barn to start feeding everybody. Goats were already in their stall. Everybody separated the way they should be. I go out to the back to feed Willie and Reska. I had their food soaking all day, so I didn't have to wait on it. Put the food in both of their buckets. Go to open the gate where they stand in the cow pasture. Only Willie.
No Reska.
No Reska. I said, oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding me. I look on over 2 fences later, the little corral area where the cows stay. There stands Reska. I said, Reska, could you please make your way around? So all the cows are standing at their trough, because we were later than usual. So they're waiting on their food. I said, oh my goodness, this means I got to walk past them with the bucket. They associate a bucket with food.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to do this in the dark. My vision's not good when the lights go out. So I have my phone and I use the flashlight and I'm carrying my empty bucket, although Ruska, would associate bucket with food. I have to go all the way around out into the cow pasture. Moody's following me now. He's, he's jumping around. He's happy. He's skippy, but he was slow. He's slower than me. I'm fast. And Ruska realizes, that I'm trying to get her. And boy, oh boy, when she saw where to go, that racehorse turned on her jets.
Did she?
She realized that, I was telling her to come around and she bypassed Moody. She left him in the dust and Moody was like, wonder what that thing was.
Moody didn't want to race her.
No. But Moody didn't even get turned around before she was at the stall waiting to come in. And so I got her in.
Goodness.
And by that time, when I opened the gate up, Willie went to the wrong bucket, which really didn't matter because if he finished his first, he's going to go to the other bucket. Oh my goodness, what a rigmarole. I said, I thought I had everything fixed. I thought I had all, the food was set out. Everything's going to go right. No, Ruska didn't know where to go last night. That's okay. We got it figured out.
Maybe she's, now you get a little older, you get night blindness, a little bit.
Well, that's what happened to me. And then Dee Dee was with me.
Yeah.
And I'm making sure that she's coming with me back in the barn because we have to tie a rope around the door.
Right.
Oh, Willie, he thinks he can open that door. He takes his paw like a dog.
He can open the door if you don't tie it.
Well, you told me that and that's why you started
Yeah.
tying it. But Dee Dee was with me and I was looking around. I was like, where's Dee Dee? Where's Dee Dee? I couldn't see her. Y'all, I guess Dee Dee's got night blindness because she ran slapping to the fence.
Oh, no.
I said, Dee Dee.
Oh, goodness.
And I know she's got cataracts. I can see it. I mean, you can just see the way her vision looked. And then she saw me and boy, she was giddy because it was like she was backwards, I guess maybe with cataracts, your vision at night's worse than day. I know it gets your vision completely blurry.
Yeah.
But is it worse at night?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I know that I met a gentleman in the feed store one day and he told me that he had had cataract surgery. And I said, oh no. And he said, oh no, that's a good thing. He said, he said, I'm still blurry in this eye from having the surgery. He said, I already had this one done. And I don't know anything about cataract surgery. My mama's never had it. I've never known anybody to have it. And he said, I had this one done already. He said, I can see better than I could see when I was 20 years old.
Wow.
He said, and this one I've just had done, so it's blurry. But he said, it'll clear up. And he was telling me the difference and, just that quick surgery. Saw Brenda Gantz having cataract surgery in January.
Okay.
So.
And it is worse at night.
It's worse at night. Well, there we go. I'm always right with Dee Dee, and we usually don't feed after dark. And I honestly didn't think anything about it. My mama was with me. She sat in the barn and loved on the cats. And of course, Dee Dee went with me. But I'll pay more attention now when it's dark and Dee Dee doesn't know the way.
I used to have a lab his name was Moose. And he was much like Holly. A lot like Holly. Moose went everywhere I went. This was way before YouTube.
Oh yeah. This was probably in 1998.
Something like
around
that
era.
Yeah. He had something called retina dysplasia and bright light. So if it was real sunny outside, he couldn't see.
He couldn't see anything,
could not
y'all.
see anything. And he ran into the gate many times.
We're not going to say his name, but you may or may not see an appearance by a black cat at some point in this live. No, Jason already had a female lab. Her name was Bay and lived in a home that he had purchased before we got married. By himself as a bachelor. We were engaged. He wanted to have everything fixed up before we got married. So it was him and Bay was the smartest dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say she's the smartest dog we've ever owned, but she was up there.
She was up there. To me, Labradors, they're known for that. They're just known to be extremely smart, and she was spot on that.
And there's a lot of labs that have been overbred.
Yeah.
And so, things happen with their genetics and whatnot,
Mhm.
and make that not so prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jason worked with a fella that had a lab. It was not a puppy.
Yeah.
He was probably 8 months old, 6 months old, something like
Something like that.
that he had the parents of,
Mm-hmm.
and this gentleman was rehoming the puppy.
Yep.
And so, of course, we went and looked.
And
at Moose.
we went and looked at Moose, and
We took Bay with us.
I'm going to tell you, his name fit him to a T.
He had a name of Moose before we got him.
He was a big, clumsy, just goofball of a dog. And I mean, just that name fit him perfect, just Moose, because that's exactly what he was.
And we were never told that he had any visual problems, because at the time he was just an outside dog.
Yeah.
The family didn't have a lot of time to spend with him,
right.
and they just wanted a better life for him.
But yeah, Moose, I found out quickly. I started noticing things, and then I realized he couldn't see, and he was that may be one reason he was so attached to me, because maybe he kind of depended on me. But,
he was.
Hang on just a second. She's chewing on Holly. Don't chew on your bed.
He was more. I don't know if I'd say more attached. He was as attached to Jason as Holly was to Jason. And don't know why that happened either. He just attached himself to you.
Yeah, he did.
So our labs were inside dogs, and inside outside dogs.
And Moose was huge.
He was almost as big as the boys.
He was a big lab.
His gums, y'all. It was just,
his head was so big.
I wish we had a picture of him.
I may have one of Moose.
But we've told y'all before that this house that Jason purchased, he just went to extreme with landscaping and trying to make it better. Of course, it was in a neighborhood. It was a very small yard. If y'all could have, we've got pictures of it, but if you could see a video of what he did in the backyard area, this is when he first built raised beds, his first raised bed gardens. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing about Moose. Go ahead.
And so he built a little koi pond over to the side.
Yep.
And it was fenced in with a little picket fence all the way around it. Built a bridge over a stream with running water. Y'all, it was like magazine worthy.
It was pretty.
It was beautiful.
It was pretty.
And so that picket fence area had a gate. So when we did let the dogs out into the backyard, we could shut them off of the pond area. Labs like water. So that was our thinking, is we would keep them, out of the pond area.
Right.
And
right.
It worked. So we left that gate open all the time, unless they went out to do their business. And when they did, we shut the gate behind them.
And they'd had the backyard to
themselves. Had the whole backyard.
Yep.
So they would see us shut the gate. Moose would be with us. He knew the gate was shut. Y'all, he was so bad. He couldn't see so bad.
Yeah, he couldn't.
That there was one day that comes to mind that we had that gate shut, or either the wind or something had blown it shut. Moose, like all time, shot out the back door to go do his business, and he ran slap into that gate.
He did.
And it was just like, we knew his vision was bad, but part of it was just habit from knowing that gate was going to be open. But part of it was, Bay thinking, the gate shut.
Yeah.
And Moose run slap into it.
He run slap into it. I won't ever forget, though, that part was so pretty and everything, but the house cast a shadow on that back side, and the air conditioning unit was right there too. And you walk around over there, and you're talking 2 full-grown labs. If you go over there, all you could see was their head, because they had dug a hole so deep.
Oh yeah,
because it was hot.
It was hot.
That when they lay down in it, all you could see was just their head poking up. It was he was something else. That was.
And we said at the time, we were so in love with those dogs. Jason and I both thought we would have labs for the rest of our life.
Oh yeah.
It's not that we don't love the breed, but they shed so bad. Jason had a personalized tag on his truck that said Lab Taxi.
I did.
LABTXI.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would take the dogs to the river and let them swim. And Moose loved water, but we had to be so very careful with Moose around other dogs.
Moose was extremely protective and very aggressive around other dogs. And I always said it's because he couldn't see. So, and he had an incident when he was younger where when he was a puppy, a bigger dog jumped on him. And so from that point forward, I think, if a dog got near him and he didn't know who it was, Moose would jump on him. So I had to be very careful. And he was really, really sneaky. There was no growling. There was no barking.
It was just an attack. He would look like he was calm.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like a switch went off.
Had to be very, very careful. But I think it's because he was blind pretty much. He couldn't see.
But we knew
he
that.
Didn't know.
We didn't even
let him go in the,
we didn't let him go in our front yard without being on a leash for fear that there might be a neighborhood dog or our thoughts is if he did that to a person, what if a child came up and petted him?
Yeah, but he never was.
He never was. People. But we had
just people. It was just always other dogs.
We had to be very careful. And of course, Moose and Bay both lived out their lives with us. And Moose passed away before before we moved into our new house at the old Cog Hill farm.
No, he was there for.
He was.
Yeah, he used to go
that's right.
Because
when Jesse was burning.
Yeah, I mean that trash, but burn wood piles with me and stuff.
So we lived with my mama with Bay and Moose in this.
Yep.
That's right. You're right. We had a tornado come through when we were building our house.
Yep.
At the old farm, and there were trees everywhere. So we had a lot of wood to cut up, and that's a fond memory now that you say it. Cutting up that wood and Moose sitting there.
Just sitting there by the fire with me. Yep. Moose was my dog, and it was a long time before I got another dog for me. It was a long time. So
Bay was just kind of everybody's dog.
She was. Yeah. She
didn't attach herself to one person.
Yep. Moose did though.
But poor Moose, my goodness.
Moose did.
She knew that he needed us.
Yep.
I can remember one time when you were working 2 jobs. So you worked at night, staying at the funeral home because at the time they kept somebody there 24 hours a day, supposedly in case of a fire that you could get the body out. That was always the saying.
Right.
And so to earn some extra money to help with your house payment, you worked that job. And so that meant Bay this was before we got married.
Yeah.
That meant Bay was at home from 6 o'clock that night until the next morning when you got home. And it was Valentine's Day or something. And you had a bag of Hershey Kisses sitting on the top of the kitchen counter. Now, Bay was a perfect dog. I mean, she as perfect as they could come. She didn't do anything wrong. She was very obedient. She aimed to please. But that morning you got home. And what'd you find?
She had eaten a bag of Hershey Kisses, and there was the aluminum foil wrappers were everywhere. And of course, scared me to death because that's one thing dogs are not supposed to have is chocolate. And just absolutely
Jason's heart
scared me to death. So I immediately took her to the vet, and then the vet, he checks her out and stuff. And I told him all that had happened. And he wanted to know, about how big the bag was and all that kind of stuff. And I told him, and he wasn't too concerned. He said, because of a dog that size, they have to eat a lot of chocolate.
And
now, if it would have been,
it wasn't a full bag. It had been eaten out of.
Yeah, it wasn't a full bag.
But
if it had been a Chihuahua or something like that, that would have been a different story because it would have been too much chocolate for the dog's body to handle. But the thing he was really, really worried about was the aluminum foil. But I had told him that she had actually peeled the aluminum foil off the chocolate.
That's how you knew that she had eaten it, because the wrappers were all over the floor.
Everywhere. Y'all don't know how she did it.
She didn't eat the wrappers. She just ate the chocolate.
No idea how she did it. And he got a real chuckle out of it. He really did. He said, well, I think she's going to be okay. So he said, you will just watch over her for, a few days. And
he said he would be more concerned if she had eaten the wrapper than she ate the chocolate, being her size.
Yep.
So not to say if your dog ate chocolate, don't go to the vet, because that's you definitely need to have it checked out. But Bay was she was checked out and she was fine. She peeled all her Hershey's
She peeled
Kisses.
all the Hershey Kisses.
all the oh goodness.
Oh, she never pooped any
Wrappers
Lumina
out.
foil, so she peeled every one of them.
Oh, we
Yep.
were terrified that
Yep.
that she was, going to take a
Mhm.
turn for the worse, and
Yep.
luckily she didn't.
A lot of people saying dark chocolate's way worse for them than milk chocolate.
How about that?
I didn't know that. Yep.
Well,
Did
learn
not know
something
that.
new every day.
I see it coming up, and yes, we know about Bear. Daniel actually sent a text
The day that it
the
happened.
day that it happened, and yep. So
I
yeah,
just-
we're thinking about them. That was
I can't get it out of
yeah.
my mind. I hate that it happened so
Mhm.
bad, and I can only imagine what they're going through.
Yep. Absolutely.
So,
Mm,
if you didn't know what happened, we don't want to get into details, but he
You can
does
go
have a
over it.
video
He
about
does
it.
have
It's
video.
Arms Family Homestead, and we just hate that so bad for their family dog Bear.
Yep. Oh me, I gotta tell y'all something that I made a mistake. I know that's probably shocking everybody.
Well, I'm waiting to see what it is. Is
But
it
I
something
made-
I know about?
I made a mistake in the video yesterday about
Oh,
Peaches.
I know what this is.
About Peaches being sick, and we had to take her to Auburn and all that kind of good stuff. So I said in that video that happened 5 years ago. That's wrong. It was actually 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago. It wasn't 5 years ago. Yeah, 6. I thought it was 5 years ago, and I didn't realize it until I put the links to all those videos in the description, in the video description and the comment section. And when I did, I realized it said 2019. I just thought I was right. I just knew without a shadow of a doubt that was 5 years
You
ago.
got told differently.
It was 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yep. So I made a mistake on there. So yeah.
And so many of you guys said Peaches looks so much better today than she did then.
Yeah.
And y'all, I mean, she had an all you could eat buffet there with hickory nuts, persimmons. She wandered the farm and just looked for any little leftover something that she could find.
Yep.
And while she is in a stall in a pasture now area, it's much better for her health.
It is.
Pigs
It is.
do need to be on a controlled diet, so to speak.
That is why they're pigs. They have no control. Their food drive is their downfall. Pigs are considered the 5th smartest animal in the world, and their only downside is, of course, their food drive. They will eat and eat, and they will not stop.
Will not stop.
Will not stop. Peaches was not only eating all that, we were feeding her the wrong feed. We were
Right.
giving her the wrong mount. She was sneaking over and getting into the dog food. There was a whole lot of things that we wasn't doing right.
Right.
And
And
it was,
in reality, she shouldn't have had free range to be able to go and do what she wanted to in the, at the farm.
Mhm.
We were given a lot of old produce at the time that I picked up from the grocery store.
That's
Of course, it wasn't molded or spoiled,
Yep.
but it had bruises and Peaches, she'd come down and she'd eat all that too.
Yep.
And that was part of what contributed to her health problems. So just know that mini pigs or potbelly pigs, there is no mini pig, need to be on a specialized diet.
They do.
And they can't just be
Gotta be
fed
careful.
anything.
You gotta be really, 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 really careful. Yeah, you got they can get overweight quickly, and it's hard for them to go backwards. It really is. So you have to be careful with them. I didn't mention this because I just now thought about it. They also told us that she could have a lot of vegetables in her diet, but fruit you have to be really careful with because of the high sugar content. So we are careful, giving her bananas and such, and we are with all of them. Gus, Loretta, all of them.
Well, we learned a lot from that experience, and we're
Huge
thankful that
learning
she's still with us because honestly, when we took her that day, I did not know that we
Yep.
would be bringing her home.
Hmm.
And how long was she there? Was it almost 2 weeks?
It was a week,
A
7
week.
days.
7 days. Okay.
It was either 7 to 10 days. I didn't go back and watch the entire video again, but she was there at least a week.
Well,
Full 7 days.
yeah, that's right. There is no such thing as a mini pig. You see these pigs that are advertised as micro mini.
Mm-hmm.
You see AI of these little pigs that stay like this and they look full grown. Y'all, there is no such thing.
Toy pigs. People think they're going to be these little bitty 5-10 pound pigs, and then they're not. They'll end up getting 60 pounds or more, and they think they're going to look like a toy poodle or a Chihuahua or a Yorkie, and they won't. They're going to eventually get big.
And there's so much, I don't want to say turnover, but you know what I mean by saying that. Yeah. Pigs are in need of rescue all the time.
Big time.
We get reached out to all the time, wanting us to rehome pigs. And of course, we wish we could take every single animal that's out there. But people get them and they think it's going to be cute and cuddly. And not to say Peaches isn't cute, because, I mean, my gosh. And Loretta, my goodness. That's right.
Yep.
But when they get grown and they see that they're not what they thought they were going to be, they rehome them.
They do, because they get big, and then a lot of them root, and then
the newness wears off, and it's just like any animal. Do your homework. Puppies don't stay puppies, and piglets don't stay piglets.
Have to be very, very careful. Yeah, there's somebody. Yeah, you're right. There's I saw this comment that not only some of them get at least 60 pounds or more. I mean, some of them will get 300 pounds. Like, Gus he's a pretty big
on
pig.
Up there. Yeah, Gus is a big boy.
And Gus is a Cooney. At one time, 5 years ago, Coonies was the smallest pig breed. Now they're breeding them down. But as always, when you start breeding stuff down like that, typically you start getting a lot of defects.
Yeah. Because you think you're breeding the smallest of the smallest to the smallest. And it's just like anything else. Like I talked about labs being overbred. You get genetic problems when things start being overbred and looking for homes.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Well, potbellies were at one time, were considered one of the smallest pig breeds out there. And you see how big Peaches is.
Vietnamese potbelly pig.
Potbelly pigs. Yep. That's it. It's small. I just saw, I think her name was Kimmy, said that she has a 300-pound inside pig.
Awesome. And they can be trained very easily.
Yeah, they can be trained really easy. Peaches was the inside pig for a long time, y'all. Long time. And
she got to where we built a ramp.
I was going to say, she'd go out the backyard. We built her a ramp. She could go off the back deck, go under the backyard and do what she wants, stay out there as long as she wants to. She'd come back. She wanted in, so we let her in. But she got to the point where she wanted to stay outside all the time. She did not want to come inside anymore. So
I can remember us after dark, late at night. Peaches, come on, you got to come in. And she had a bed that she slept in the house, and she just wouldn't budge.
Yep.
She wouldn't get up anymore, and she didn't want to come inside. And we had to just make changes. Of course, she couldn't go up the stairs, but that's why Jason built the ramp, and that was her decision. That's when she became a carport pig. She quit living in the backyard and went around the side and started living under the carport, and it just seemed like she changed at that point.
There is a huge pig refuge in Texas, and I forget the name of it, but it is massive.
Well, didn't Loretta come from somewhere in Tennessee?
Loretta did, not Gus.
Not Gus.
Yeah, but she was like a puppy meal. It was like a pig meal, I guess.
Well, it would happen fast.
Yeah.
But you and I were both talking about how fast pigs can reproduce.
Very fast.
And places that have wild hogs, that invasion becomes overburdened big time.
Big time.
Because as soon as they have a litter, you got to think that half of them are going to be females, and they're going to be of breeding age, and they're going to reproduce. And talking, 12 12 pigs being born.
Yep. Yeah, this happens fast, really, really fast. And that's why
All right,
that's
Dee Dee.
why, wild pigs, get so destructive and take over areas, is that they produce really, really, really fast, and they have such large
litters.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. The new chicken tractor's coming
Oh,
along.
Dee Dee.
We hopefully we'll have an update on that pretty soon.
Yes,
Yep.
we hope so.
Really soon.
Of course, we've told y'all that Roberto works a full-time job, and we basically told him, you're going to get it done faster than we are because, well, we aren't carpenters. So
not a carpenter.
We told him to just take his time, let us know when he needed materials, and that's what's happening. But sooner or later, we will have the new chicken tractor.
Here's a weird thing about pigs. So if you got a domesticated pig, looks like Peaches, looks like Gus and Loretta, if that pig escapes and goes out into the wild and gets into a herd of wild pigs, their whole form, facial features change. And they will eventually look similar to a wild boar or a wild pig. It is crazy.
So yesterday, we're driving down the interstate. My mouth gets wide open because we're on 280 in Birmingham, if y'all know where that is.
Yep.
Not a big residential area there, kind of, wide open woods. I said, y'all.
No, Holly. Get back. No.
They said, what? Meaning Jason and Mary Carl. I said, y'all, that was a pig that had been hit by a car. And I'm sure it was a wild hog.
Yeah.
And of course, they wanted to know what it looked like. I said, it looked like Gus. It looked like Gus. And I know it was a wild hog that had gotten hit, but I'm sure, just they can be solid color. They can have markings like a cooney.
Yeah.
It just, they can go crazy fast.
Very fast.
Very, very fast.
Yeah, extremely fast. Yes, Loretta was deaf when we got her. Sure was.
And I think that Loretta must have been born deaf.
Probably so. Probably genetics from overbreeding.
Probably. Misty Dawn over in Florida, Amy had Loretta, and she knew that she could not hear, and Loretta was not a good mother.
No.
Loretta had a litter of piglets, and she was not a good mother.
And Misty Dawn didn't breed her. She was already bred when she got her.
That's right.
From the rescue.
Right. Yep. She was bred, and she had her piglets, and Misty knew that she could not be rebred.
Right.
And so Gus was her only friend.
Yep.
Gus liked her and she liked Gus.
Yep.
Not necessarily as husband and wife. They just hung out together. So Amy had Gus fixed while they were still in Florida so they could live together, and Gus wouldn't, be able to breed Loretta, and Loretta have baby piglets that she didn't want.
Yeah, Loretta was not a good mama.
She didn't want it. When is the store coming back?
November 10th.
So Monday.
The store should be back on November 10th.
Monday, the store should be back, and we have lots of new stuff that will be released there. Tuesday morning on the live, we'll show y'all everything. There were some things that I forgot to mention in my video. If you saw that, then you saw some new products that we'll have, but Monday, everything should be back on the website. And of course, new merch and new everything. Yeah,
we had to restock and had to do some maintenance on everything. So it's November 10th. It should be back and going.
Yes.
Yep. Should be back and going. Speaking of on the new store, this was told to mention is that when you're checking out, so when it opens back up on November 10th, when you're checking out, just do a double check on your address when you put it in there. We do from time to time get wrong addresses in there, and you have to send an email saying, hey, I put the wrong address in there. Can you change it? And it would just make it a lot easier for us, and not
just be mindful when you put your address
check
in.
Your address when
make sure that it is correct.
Yep. I wanted to put that in there. So I heard something this morning that blew my mind.
Uh-oh.
And that is bird watching is becoming extremely popular in the United States and worldwide.
Says who?
It is a big boom. I saw this on the Autobahn, and big boom. And the numbers was crazy. Like how much money was spent on bird watching. It was in the billions last year.
You know, I was
with a
just
B.
thinking it's something that you can do that's free.
Yes.
But then again, if it's free and
Yep.
you enjoy it, you're going to want a camera. You're going to want to invest in some binoculars. And you're going to want to invest in some kind of technology, especially like if it's in your backyard. They have the feeders now that take
Yep.
the pictures,
Yep.
which we have one. You're going to want to invest in better seed, better feed for your birds. And I guess that's where the money comes in. Yeah.
This was
taking trips.
The trips was also in this. So it was, hotel rooms and the gas that was being spent and airfare and all that. All that was involved in it too. But this was the one that shocked me. It said in the UK, it has really grown tremendously, and that it is hobby-wise has surpassed fishing in the UK.
How about that?
Can you believe that?
How about that?
Now we don't live over there.
Tell Caden about this.
Well, I'm just saying we don't live over there. Fishing is huge here. I mean, at least in the South.
Maybe we could get Sean over at Milligan Farm to hang up his fishing reel.
Yeah. Or Michael Keith.
Yeah, they can start bird watching.
George is a big fisherman.
All right, man.
If Michael's on here this morning.
Michael's out bird watching.
Michael could do both. See, if you're fishing, you could actually do both.
That's true.
You could fish and bird watch at the same time.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Speaking of birds, I saw this come up on Facebook the other day, and this lady had posted this picture of this bird, and she was wanting to get identification on it. And people do that from time to time. If they can't identify something, then they go to Facebook for bird watching group for somebody else's opinion. Posted a picture of this bird, y'all. And the first comment was, that looks like a Scots Oriole. Well, then there he is.
He's eating figs and watching her live.
Michael, I just need to know how those figs are.
George got the figs to Michael, y'all. And I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No, that's okay.
And so not only did George get the figs to Michael, I think Michael and George have now become big buddies.
They might be going, he might be swinging by to pick him up to take him in the hot rod.
That too, and go fishing. George loves to fish and Michael loves to fish. So there might be something going on there. They might be big fishing buddies now. But go ahead with your story. I'm sorry.
Okay. So this lady posted a picture on the 2nd of November. And she said, this is the shot of the bird. And I'm going to show y'all now.
There you go.
I'm learning. This is the shot of the bird. And she said, I believe it is an orchard oriole. Well,
that's a bottle brush. I know that.
Immediately, we knew it was on Dolphin Island. Mary Carl and I knew exactly where it was on Dolphin Island.
We know that place well.
We know that place well. And so she asked, other people's opinions. Well, they start rolling in, and these bird experts are like, wait a minute. That's not an orchard oriole. That looks like a Scots Oriole, which has never been in the state of Alabama ever, ever, ever.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've never heard of a Scots Oriole.
Well, I haven't either. But I showed it to Mary Carl before I told her about all this.
I bet she's heard of a Scots Oriole.
And she said, that's not an orchard Oriole. I don't know what that is. And she starts looking at it, and she's identifying the wing stripes. She's trying to figure it out. Well, she identified it as a Scots Oriole. Lo and behold, so did some other birders. So, y'all, there has been a huge, we're going to call them a flock of people.
I bet so.
A flock of people that have gone south down to Dolphin Island for this rare bird for the state of Alabama. And this lady took the picture not knowing that it was something rare. She thought that it was an orchard oriole, which would not be that uncommon.
That wouldn't be uncommon here.
That wouldn't be that uncommon. But this is a Scots Oriole, and boy, oh boy, she said that she had posted it 5 days prior and she should have done it sooner.
Oh goodness.
Um,
Because it may not be there.
well, it's
As in-
there.
Oh, it's still there.
Yeah, people are going to see it now.
You know, that's the same thing that happened with that Bullock's Oreo
Exactly.
last year or year before last.
It's a beautiful bird, and it's in that bottle brush.
Mary ain't tried to tell you we need to go, did she?
Well, I hadn't told her it was still there.
Oh goodness.
I told her it was there on the 2nd of November. So y'all look at him, how cute he is. But you know what I noticed, Jason? Is that the bottle brush still has some blooms on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dolphin Island's a good bit further south than us.
Yes.
But if that bottle brush gets the freeze that we're going to get on Monday.
That bottle brush has been there a long time in Dolphin
Well,
Island,
I don't mean
so
it's going to kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, the blooms are not going to be there anymore.
very possible. Very possible.
So that was an amazing discovery by this lady just posting her picture asking for identification. Can you imagine if she had just went to eBird
Oh
and posted
gosh.
it?
Oh gosh.
But she didn't know, and there's so many rare birds that probably don't get reported.
Oh yeah, me and Mary Carl talk about that a lot.
What was the duck that we saw this past week? That
Canvasback.
So Mary Carl and I went to Harrison Lake, and she saw canvasback.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually stopped by there again when we went to Tuscaloosa this past week to deliver the print materials.
Yep.
Canvasbacks were still there, but eBird flagged it because it's not something that's common in this area. So that means she has to submit more information because they don't want to pass out information that there's a bird there that's not actually there.
Yes.
And she had pictures of it, so it was able to get a confirmation and whatnot. But it's just a crazy, crazy hobby.
It is, and it is addictive to some degree because of the challenge of seeing something you haven't seen before. It is it's fun. It's really fun. And that was the thing that they were talking about, was that they're so happy that the spike is happening in bird watching because it gets so many people outside. That seems to be, you don't see that like you used to.
That's right.
With technology like it is now, people kind of stay inside more, but with bird watching, you got to go outside, you got to walk a little bit. And so all that's happening, which is really, really great.
Or people that are not real mobile can just sit on their porch and enjoy it.
Yep. And the conservation side of things too, that they're saying that's increasing because of it.
That's right.
Yep.
You and Mary Carl were telling me about a woodpecker yesterday that was extinct, that used to live. Imperial woodpecker. I cannot imagine a woodpecker that was wingspan was as big as what.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Of course, the ivory-billed woodpecker is extinct, but
this was bigger than that.
This one was one that I'd never heard of. It looked like a
pileated or pileated.
Well, I call it pileated, but I don't know what that kind of woodpecker, but huge.
Huge.
Can you imagine a woodpecker with a extra large wingspan?
It was big. It was probably, I'm guessing, kind of like a small seagull size.
Right.
That size.
Yes, canvasbacks are migratory, but that makes it a rarity if it stops here in Alabama.
Right.
And if you get a picture of it, then it shows up as a rare bird. And if you sign up for eBird or get emails from them, your state will send you an email every single day of the rare birds that were spotted in your area. And it's absolutely free. But
where's that? There's a big glare on there.
Jason.
I can't. It's your phone. That's what it is. I couldn't even see the screen. It's like somebody, shining shiny metal from the sun in your eyes.
Did y'all see it?
No, they couldn't see it.
Okay, good.
They couldn't see it. It was just on our screen. It was reflecting off your phone up there. Sorry, I couldn't see what was going on. I didn't know this, but people are saying that the Farmer's Almanac is ending.
Yes, that's what I saw last night that I wanted to share. Remember I told you that I saw something and I wanted to share it? It said after 200 years, the Farmer's Almanac has printed its last edition.
Wow.
So that's sad to me because I have one right now that I bought this past year because I enjoy looking at it.
Yeah.
I enjoy reading it.
Are they going to go online only, or did it say?
It just said I mean, of course, the big news is they're not doing the Farmer's Almanac.
I got you.
So the paper version for sure.
Hmm.
I don't know. I appreciate will still be published.
Okay.
The old Farmer's Almanac will still be published, but it won't be paper.
Is that what it is? Just gonna be digital? It's not the old Farmer's Almanac. It's just the Farmer's Almanac.
Okay, so fake news.
The Farmer's Almanac is in and not the old Farmer's Almanac.
Okay, so that they tried to make something out of nothing with that one.
So I didn't know that there was two different ones.
I didn't either.
I thought it was the same one.
I thought it was the same one too, but they make it. The picture that I saw was the Farmer's Almanac that we have, that we bought.
Like the yellow with the red.
The old Farmer's Almanac, and that's the picture that I saw posted. So I didn't know that there were different versions. Here he comes.
Not the yellow old Farmer's Almanac. It's the orange Farmer's Almanac. So it's two different ones.
All right.
I don't know if I know the orange one.
I don't either.
The yellow one's the only one I know of.
That makes me want to go get the one we have and see if it's that one or if it's fake news.
I think people get confused between the two. Yeah, I did, because the yellow one's the old Farmer's. I've never seen the orange one then. The yellow one's the only one I ever seen around here.
I know. So they're continuing the one that we know about.
Yeah.
Well,
they're continuing it.
Forget we ever said that.
Okay. Forget we ever said that.
Not to say that people don't use it, but they can use the other one. They can use the original. But they stood for 200 years.
Don't ask me.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Don't ask me.
So are you guys getting prepared for your Thanksgiving meal? We have been trying to discuss what we're going to do. And
I'll be right back.
Yesterday, we tried to figure out if we were going to do a traditional turkey dressing, all the fixings, or did we want to do something a little different and do like maybe grill out steak? Don't really know, but what are you guys planning? Are you going to have we don't have a big family, so we don't go to any big family gathering. It's usually just us three, and I don't mind cooking if everybody enjoys it, but I say us three, my mom too, so us four. But it seems like, oh yeah, that's right, 1818. I don't understand. But are you guys having a big get together and a big gathering for your family where you'll have a big Thanksgiving, or I don't know. I asked Mary Carl, I said, Mama's thinking is that Mary Carl needs to have a traditional Thanksgiving with all the fixings. And so I asked Mary Carl, I said, Mary Carl, do you want us to cook, your regular old Thanksgiving? Or would you rather, do steak and potatoes and something different? And she said, Mama, I do like to eat. So that was the answer I got from her. Turkey hot dogs. There you go. There you go. You will be with your family out of state. I think that's what most people do. And, to prepare a meal for just the four of us, while it's what we've always done, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm seeing lots of different answers.
Are you? Sometimes I will smoke a turkey on the grill too.
Yeah. We're getting close. So we got to all alone, but another day for me. Well, we all have to do what works out best for us. Mm-hmm. And I just don't know what we'll do yet. Just don't know.
I got a good one for you.
What's that?
On this day.
Mm-hmm.
1965. This premiered for the first time. I think that was right, 65. Let me double check that. I won't tell you.
That'd have been 61 years ago. Or 60 years ago.
Let's see, let me make sure.
Almost 61.
Let me make sure. Yes, that's right. On this day, 1965, guess what premiered on television?
Last time I got this right. Last time I said Andy Griffith. And I don't have a clue.
Days of Our Lives.
You are kidding.
Nope. Days of Our Lives premiered on this day in 1965.
Y'all are not going to believe this, but there was a time in my life when I watched Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm.
And now I could not sit down and watch a soap opera for anything. My times have changed.
Now, I don't know what it looked like back then in 1965, but I saw that Days of Our Lives premiered on this day in 1965. And I started thinking, if
That's Tom's favorite show.
Is it?
That's what Londa said. Oh, that gave me a chuckle.
Oh, well, somebody said they watched this for the ground. That's what reminded me of. So if I was sick and had to stay home from school, there's two things that I was going to have to watch or would watch because if my mama or somebody, nanny or somebody was going to watch, and that was Days of Our Lives and The Price is Right. So if I had to stay home from school, that's what
I watched The Price is Right, but I never watched Days of Our Lives.
Well, it wasn't like that I had any choice. If I was laying around in the den, I didn't have a TV in my room at the time. So yeah, The Price is Right and Days of Our Lives.
My parents would have been at work. So I would have not had,
I got you.
They would have been outside the home. So I would have been watching what I wanted to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But Days of Our Lives wouldn't have been my choice if I had, But there was a time in my life when I watched Days of Our Lives. And I must say, it got so repetitive that I had seen the same person pass away and come back so many times that it just, and my mama watched it too, y'all. So that was like our favorite pastime. I didn't live at home during this time. Did you see what happened to Marlena? We would discuss between the two of us what happened and what we thought would happen.
But see, your mama got where she'd cheat. Yeah. She'd go online and I don't know what message board she'd be on, but she'd kind of figure out what was going to happen ahead of time.
That's right. I
don't know if they leaked that information out or what.
Oh, she always knew what was going to happen. I'd say, don't tell me.
I can't. I don't like that. I'm one of those that I don't want to know. I don't want to know spoilers.
I don't either, but Mama cannot help herself.
She can't help herself.
I don't care if it's a series.
If it's a series.
Or what it is. She says, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
And we're always like, no. We don't want to know.
No.
We don't want to know. Yep. I watched it and I was very heavily involved in it, but it got to a point where I couldn't handle it anymore.
Who was the two young couple, Hope and Bo?
Yeah, Hope and Bo.
When they got married, that was a big deal.
Well, they got married several times.
I know, but when it first happened, I remember because all my aunts and my mom and my mom's friends, they all talked about that. I remember that.
Well, Mama didn't watch it, when I was young because she kept kids and there was no time to sit around and watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this was on we were married when I watched this show, and it just, I just had seen somebody come back one too many times.
So I've seen several people say they watched Dark Shadows. I don't remember Dark Shadows.
I don't either.
General Hospital, I remember. I saw that one, but I don't remember Dark Shadows.
Interesting.
I
remember there was a lady named Susan, and she had multiple personalities on Days of Our Lives. And it just would get extreme sometimes. And I'm not.
Well, you think it's been on the air since 1965.
They have a hard time coming up with new content.
Come on.
Yeah.
Unreal. That's unreal. I wonder if that's the longest going soap opera. That's a long time.
It is a long time. I had no idea it had been on since then.
Another World. I remember Another World.
Yeah, I do too.
Surely.
Dark Shadows.
Surely.
They said it was a vampire show.
Oh, it was a vampire soap opera. That's crazy.
Y'all, I've told y'all, I don't do good with like sci-fi stuff. And I know that Days of Our Lives is like, drama, but it's realistic to me. But the sci-fi stuff, it's I can't deal with that. Jason and Mary Carl, they like that.
I wonder if Dark Shadows. I wonder what's the oh gosh, I know you guys are gonna know. It was a series, it was a movie, there was a vampire movie
Yep.
that everybody went crazy about.
Was
Mostly women.
it Twilight?
I wonder if that's where that came from, Dark Shadows. If Twilight was kind of a spin-off of Dark Shadows.
I don't know, because I never saw Twilight.
I've never seen
either.
Twilight either. It seems that it was kind of
Young
what
and
do
the
you call it?
Restless.
Young and the Restless.
Huh. Goodness gracious. I tell you, I'd like to. Is Days of Our Lives still on?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'd like to tune in now. Of course, I'm not gonna, but I could watch it on YouTube maybe and see what's going on.
As the world turns.
Boy, oh boy. My mom and I quit watching it about the same time.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, played out.
Johnny Depp was in a movie remake of Dark Shadows. Oh, I had to write that down and look into that. Speaking of movies, I didn't think about this. Boy, we watched one I have not seen in a long time, and I forgot how good it was, and that was Dances with Wolves. That is a good movie. I forgot how great that movie was. But I just thought about that. That was a really good movie.
Did y'all finish it?
Yeah, we split it in 2 days because it's 3 hours long. So,
okay.
But yeah, such a great movie. Man, that was a great movie.
Well, anyway, are you finished with your coffee?
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Well, maybe the fog has cleared. I can see the. Well, yeah, it's cleared. Look at there.
Oh yeah, it's cleared up.
I could see the cover crop from here. That's a good thing. You see it?
Oh yeah,
green. Bright green.
Bright green. Sun's out.
Sun's out. So we will.
Big day today for me.
Well,
got Alabama LSU. I ain't told you this. Number 15 Alabama plays number 5 St. John's at 11.
Basketball. Oh goodness! So we got a lot to do.
First. No, we'll name the first. I've got that.
Is it preseason still?
No, this is real deal.
Okay, so it's a tournament.
Deal. No, this is just schedule. I ain't told you, but Alabama's basketball schedule is the hardest in the country, and they play like 6 ranked teams in the top 10 in a row. It's crazy. St. John's was preseason number 1 in some polls. So
I saw this guy that was playing for Florida, and he's 7'10" tall.
The tallest basketball player in college history.
But he didn't score any points.
No, but they put him in and everybody went crazy. But
I imagine they did. I saw him standing next to another guy that was probably 6'5" or so. What is it?
Somebody said Days of Our Lives, they don't think it's on regular TV anymore, that you have to pay for it.
Really?
Didn't know that. All my children.
He's 7'10" tall.
Yeah. I saw that tallest college basketball player.
He was looking down at the guy next to him, which was probably a monster to us.
Oh, I can only imagine. 7'10".
All right, so we got a lot to do, especially if a ball game's coming on at 11.
Yeah.
Your coffee empty?
It's empty.
Okay. Well, we will be back live Tuesday morning, and video tomorrow by me as planned. Everything should be normal.
Everything should be normal.
Let's don't
say that. Y'all have an awesome Saturday. Y'all be good.
Said it's on Peacock only.
Peacock.